Hello everyone， 带着呢。你能听到吗？是现在的吗 ？Hi everyone, thank you for coming here. Hey Steven. How was everyone's weekend? Did everyone print something interesting or funny or some meaningful? Okay, I just want to make sure my voice is loud enough and clear enough. I'm fine, thank you for asking. It's really hot here today. Now, we're gonna wait for a couple of minutes and then we will start our today's topic. I will introduce you the difference between the BLtouch version 1 and version 2. Okay. I just remembered, I believe the last Sunday it was the Mother's Day. So I wonder how did everyone do something or had some special event for your family or for your mother? I'm curious. Because as you can see, I printed like heart shape object using the 3D printer and made a mother on it. So it's kind of one thing we can use for the we can use 3D printer to do something meaningful. Okay, so we will start now. And today I will do a quick introduction and a demonstration about our BLtouch kit. So as we all know, or many of you already know, BLtouch is kind of the type of semiconductor sensor used for 3D printers. It can precisely detect the distance between the hotbed and the certain point of the BLtouch, which can give us accurate position about our nozzle. So it gives us a chance to let us do auto leveling instead of a manual leveling. More importantly, by using the BLtouch, we can apply the BLtouch on many different kind of materials, such as like glass or aluminum or any other metals, as long as your material is flat. The BLtouch can detect all type of them. Okay, so speaking about the BLtouch, Creality made a kind of a kit, a BLtouch kit, as you can see in front of me. A small box inside is a BLtouch and other accessories designed for our Ender series and CR series especially. Unlike other BLtouch you can buy from the market, this BLtouch is already boxed, and you can use it for your printers without any other component which you have to print or you have to change or something like that. Well, now we're gonna change to the small camera, and I'll do an open box. Let everyone see what's inside the box and how this is gonna work. 换一下镜头。Well, as we come to the another camera, you can see the box clear, and we have two different main board next to me. So this box is black, and in front of the box we have two versions, which is also our topic today. It's called Creality version 1 mainboard and Creality version 2 mainboard. It's this version 1 and version 2 is not referring the version of the BLtouch. It means the difference of the mainboard. Okay. When I open it, the first thing come into the eyes is the guide menu. So as you can see, it's a front and back page printed with color. There are a lot of information on the page. If I summarize it, it will be like it's telling me what's in the box and what kind of circum of the BLtouch, and how you connect it, and what kind of firmware you can download, and also we have all the detailed steps shows us how to install this component. Then next we have a couple of bags of screws. This is M3 6x6. Also, this is M3 by 8. We will use these two bag of screws for the installation later. Meanwhile, Creality also provide extra the indicator, just in case sometimes the BLtouch, the needle or the indicator is very easy to break physically. So we have one extra one here. Next is the wiring, basically. This wiring connects the BLtouch and the mainboard. I will talk about it later. Also, we have IPS cable and a couple like accessories with the cable, which allows us to upload the firmware for the version 1 BLtouch. I'll talk about that later. And a couple zip ties. Also, this bracket is used for the installation. Connecting the BLtouch and the bracket on the nozzle, or on the the X carriage or whatever. The last one will be the BLtouch itself. The BLtouch sensor is kind of plastic made, and it's all one piece with PCB glued on it. As you can see, we have the indicator moving freely inside the plastic. Also, on top of the BLtouch, we have one M3 set screw. Okay, I'm going to talk about the BLtouch itself. So The structure is very simple. The component also is not complicated. Here I get a M3 screwdriver. If I unlock the set screw, as you can see, I can easily remove the indicator, or you prefer call it probe or anything. I call it indicator. It's a one plastic needle with a small metal on the top of it. Here answers the question how this thing works. This one basically is a magnetic field controls the needle to come down and come up to sense the force from the surface and then give the mainboard a signal. Okay, this is also how you replace your indicator. Before other BLtouch set, they don't provide one actual indicator. So some people, if they break the BLtouch, they don't know how to change it. They might, buy another one, which is kind of expensive. But in this case, we have one actual. Okay. Also on the PCB, we have some serial numbers, which provide it's the real one, I believe. And we have a 5-pin here, which connects the wire for different locations. And this BLtouch is a smart version 3.1. I believe that's the new version of BLtouch, but I don't know what that means. Maybe there are like little difference about the BLtouch itself. It's more about the difference between the firmware. Okay, basically it's very, very simple. That's all about the BLtouch itself. Now we're going to talk about the difference about Creality's version 1 and version 2 BLtouch. So the version 1 BLtouch for Creality is applied for the version 1 mainboard. As you can see, I have a version 1 mainboard. Also, the version 2 BLtouch for the version 2 mainboard. Well, still confusing. In another way, I can tell you is that for version 1 BLtouch, we have to use the IPS cable and all the small part to connect the BLtouch, the BLtouch and the mainboard. Also, we need to the IPS cable to upload the hex file. On the contrary, for the version 2, we use a different mainboard, which gives us another opportunity to upload the file directly from the mini USB. So we will not have the IPS cable for the version 2. Other than that, all the physical installation will be same. Okay, next I'll do a quick demo shows you how to connect the wire and see how the BLtouch basically working, such thing like that. Okay, so let's look at the cable itself. Currently, this 5-pin end will connect to the BLtouch itself. Just look at the side and slowly, carefully plug it in. Well, I will answer some of the questions later after I finish the demo, and I hope like people can ask me questions and give me some suggestions or advice or anything. Okay, on the other end, as you can see, it split out two different type of end. One is the 2-pin end, one is 3-pin end, which also tells us this BLtouch how it works. Basically, this is a combination of end stop and a servo. I mean, not technically true, but yes, that's the basic idea. This one, this 2-pin, you can think it as a Z and stop, and this one is a kind of a servo connection. We have the yellow wire, which is the signal, and the black, and which is the ground, and red, which means the positive. So at this point, I will just do a demonstration about how we connect the wire between the BLtouch and the version 2 mainboard. By the way, generally the version 1 mainboard is applied on Ender series, such as Ender 3, Ender 3 Pro, or Ender 5, such thing. And the version 2 mainboard is applied for CR series, such as CR10, CR10S, CR20, CR20 Pro. So that's the difference because of the mainboard itself. Well, simply we connect the red end to the Z port, like this. And for the signal set, we connect it to the D11 pin here. I hope you can see the screen clearly, but it's not a big deal, because I believe there are many videos showing you how to do the setup with a good view. Here I just do a roughly demonstration, tells you like how easy it sets. Well, that is the setup for the BLtouch. Basically, it's very easy. Just connect wire, and that's all. Okay, I'll just simply get a power supply and see how it behaves when I get the power on. Well, I have one 5 voltage power. Just, the moment I plug in the power, you see the red light is on, and the indicator came out and came back again. Okay, just that's the idea of how the BLtouch works. It has the ability to do a self-detecting. We need this function because for 3D printers, we don't want our sensor is lower than the nozzle or the heat head. It will be the same idea when we connect the BLtouch to the version 1 mainboard. But there will be a difference, because on the version 1 mainboard, there is a kind of limited port for the BLtouch. That's why we have to use a extension board like this, which is also provided when you buy this kit. This one will be connected to your screen port, and on the other side we also have a screen connection, and we have one extra connection. It will allow us to connect the servo like this. And next to the pin, we have a couple of letters tell us which pin means what. We have signal, ground, and VCC. So we will not get it wrong when we do the connection like this. And then the next step will be replace the old screen cable to the new one, to the adapter. For the Z, for the Z end stop, we just replace this red end to the Z port. That's it. It's simple. If I plug in the power, I should get the same result as I did before, as you can see. Okay. Basically, this is the quick demonstration about how this BLtouch works in a simple way. Well, as I mentioned earlier, I believe I already did a comparison between the version 1 and the version 2. Let me see if there is any questions regarding to what I said, or if you have any new questions. Okay, let's come back to the comment and see if we have any interesting questions, and I can answer them. Okay. I kind of like the new microphone. It's the voice coming out is very clear, and I believe it's loud enough. No noise at all. I only worry about myself, you know, the pronunciation or whatever others. Okay, so Vian asked the question, what's the difference between version 1 and version 2? Yes, that's the main reason why I'm here today. And also that's the question I'm going to answer now or in a minute. Okay, is this version 2 just came out? If so, I thought we was already on version 3. I think there is a little bit confusing between the version itself. I mean, normally we see version 1, 2, 3 is regarding to the BLtouch itself. For example, on my on my left hand, this is version 2, and on my right hand, this is version 3. Well, it's hard to say the difference actually. What I can tell you is the main difference will be the firmware, and just a very little difference between other performance or whatever others. So what the version 1 and the version 2, what I'm saying is the difference between the Creality products, such as the Ender series. Most of Ender series are using the version 1 mainboard, which gave us a result. The version 1 mainboard can only connect the BLtouch in a different way than version 2. Basically, the BLtouch is always same. Only the difference is the way of connection. So Creality named it version 1 and version 2. It's the only difference of the way of connecting. That's it. And the component you will use for different printers. I would say it's more like a type A or type B, not version 2 and version 1, because most people think version 2 will be better than version 1, but in this case, it's not true. Okay, this mainboard is to upgrade all printers. Well, at this moment, I believe there are some reasons why the Ender series also use the version 1 mainboard, which is kind of out of my knowledge. So in a way, I can say Ender series, I mean most of them Ender series are using the version 1 mainboard, which we internally call it small board. For the CR series, we call it bigger board, which is also the version 2 board. So that's kind of your decision which mainboard you can choose. But when it came up from the manufacturer, it's kind of they have two versions, version 1 and version 2. Yeah. Okay, so let's see if there is any other questions. Okay, so do you need to update firmware for BLtouch to work? Yes, absolutely. James asked me the firmware. Okay, whenever you change to a new product or like update your printer to a new level, you do need a new firmware. For the BLtouch, for example, we have different firmwares available on our website when you purchase the BLtouch for your specific machine type. For example, this menu tells you exactly how you should download the firmware and which type of firmware is correct for your machine. And because there are so many different types of firmwares for BLtouch, so it should be careful to get the right one. I had some troubles when I upload the firmware to this Ender 5, and if I get it wrong firmware, some functions will be unavailable and sometimes going crazy. So just carefully confirm with the salesman or saleswoman and to get the right firmware for your printer. Okay, so okay. On top, so there are two board versions for Ender 3 mainboard. That was not what I said. For the Ender 3, when it come out from the manufacturer, it has the version 1 mainboard, which is the small board, like this. Okay, there are difference between the version 1 mainboard and the version 2 board. So, but in terms of the BLtouch itself, the only difference is the way of connecting. That's all. Okay, let's go top, and I saw some interesting questions. Okay, the bottom one, 对，这个我看一下，就上面一个，下面，对，这个。Okay, Zulu said, I have contacted the support about the firmware. They said they will look into it, but they have done nothing for months. So I don't know what kind of printers you are using. Oh, okay. I saw your previous questions. You don't get a spare probe. Well, okay. To be honest with you, this product is I believe it's a new package. So my suggestion will be you contact the your like sales team or other whenever you buy and see what the answers. So for what I get, there is a spare part. Okay, so I think I missed some questions. Okay. Yes, if you are trying to get the BLtouch, I believe you need to upload your firmware, and I believe there is a BLtouch version for you. So let's go to. I think I missed some questions. Okay, I think somebody already answered him. Okay, so okay, let's say this one. Yeah. Yes, this one. Okay. On my kit version 2, there is a BLtouch 3.1, and I built it on my CR10S. Okay, so you change the pin. Okay, I don't know. I mean, well, is there any like other manufacturing problem or whatever? If that's the case, but yeah, luckily you solve you solve the problem, but I haven't got that problem yet. So yeah, it's a very small problem, but yeah, I hope the manufacturer was doing it right. Okay, so if there are no more questions, I'll move forward. Well, I think I already answered some questions, and I hope I made a clear statement about the difference between version 1 and version 2.你先把那个问题发上去。Okay, so I'll move. Okay, so here's the question. I've got one BLtouch on my CR10, CR20 Pro, but can you tell me if there is a good reason to deliver a firmware based on Marlin 1.16 and not Marlin 2.0 that offers manual improvement? Well, I had the same kind of issues with you. Basically, some of the firmware is not that convenient, and I believe there are some rooms for improvement. All I can say is let the software engineer to work on it, because at this moment, all I can do is waiting for new firmware coming out. Oh yeah, the firmware is more important issues or factors for the BLtouch instead of the BLtouch itself. Okay, so I'll just summarize what I said earlier to make a better statement about the difference between the BLtouch version 1 and the version 2. Okay, so the version 1 BLtouch, regardless of the version about the BLtouch itself, because here we all have a version 3.1 BLtouch. We are talking about version 1 because the main board itself. Okay. Version 1 main board is used for Ender 3, Ender 3 Pro, Ender 5, and 5 Pro. So for the Ender, for the version 2, We use it for CR10, CR10, CR20, CR20 Pro, S4, S5, etc. Okay, but for BLtouch itself, the only difference is the way of connecting and the firmware itself. So the BLtouch will be same, only the connecting method is different, and the firmware is different. As long as you got this, the firmware right, I believe the BLtouch will work perfectly. I totally agree with you. I think it should be called like a type A or type B, not like version 1 and version 2, because it's kind of misleading. So anyway, it's not my call. I'll leave it open discussion. Next, I will do a demonstration on the Ender 5 and see how exactly I install the BLtouch and how it works. So just give me a couple minutes, and I will go to the Ender 5 and open the bottom, and let's do a real work. Okay, it's Ender 5, so it has a version 1 mainboard, which means I have to use some component from the BLtouch kit, especially this one, the extension board. So that's it. At this moment, I will not use the IPS cable to upload my firmware, and I already have it inside the machine. Get my screws and my bracket. Okay, I think I hope myself is not in front of the camera, and so let everyone have a clear view about the printer itself. I think you can imagine the changing will be easy, because I already demonstrated earlier. Just change some wire connecting and install the BLtouch on the next to the nozzle, and basically that's it. And do some settings on the firmware. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is unlock the screws about the controller. Well, when you take out the shell, be careful, because there is a connection between the fan and the mainboard. You don't want the wire came out. So I just slowly and gently unplug the fan and remove it, leave it on the table. So on my hand, here is the version 1 mainboard. You can see there are so many wires. I believe you are familiar with. I never opened a machine before. I mean, sometimes, but not like this. Okay, so we have our BLtouch connected. I mean, I'll just remove it now, because I'll just connect it later. Now I need to do is connect the other side, which means the Z-axis, not the Z-axis, the Z and stopper and the servo. Okay, on this extension board, basically we have the screen replacement and a screen port and 1 3-pin for the BLtouch. Just to find the right direction, because signal will be connected to the signal of the pin, which refers to the yellow wire. normally yellow or orange means the signal line. Gently plug it in. Good. Now I'm gonna unplug the original screen cable and replace it with the new one. Another thing will be the Z limit switch. If I look carefully, and I will find the Z limit switch right here. Slowly unplug it and replace it. Okay, that's it. That's done. On the other hand, on the other side, I have this one and BLtouch. I mean, I don't have to plug it in now, but I just want to test if I did the right work, or I want to confirm if this BLtouch is working or not. Because after I connect it, I'll plug in the power and turn on the machine, see if this probe coming out, coming back, and see if it's functional. Because sometimes when you finish everything perfectly and close everything up, when you turn on the power, it's not working. That's the sad part. Okay, let me grab the power cable. Just see. Okay, I'm turning the power on. Okay, not bad. It's working. It's working. Yeah. Nice. Turn off. Now I can continue my work because I know this BLtouch is the working one. Okay, basically we need to use our wire, go through this cutoff and give us a good wiring organizing. But I believe it's too late. If I go to the like this, then I have to take out the BLtouch again. So this cable will go through this cutoff and come out from the back side. At this moment, all the bottom work is done. I'll just simply put back everything. Oh yeah, yes. The screen. Did somebody mention it? Did somebody mention it? Yes. It happens sometime. Don't judge me. Yeah, the screen cable should be connected. Well, there are some good ones. I was watching the Westworld, and I learned something, a lot of things. I can't believe I forgot the screen cable. Okay, just let's put it back. The rest work will be about the installation of the BLtouch itself. I got my bracket on the BLtouch. Just simulate how it connected. I believe like this. Yeah, there is a clear instruction on the manual. I'm just assuming it should be like this, and the BLtouch will be like this. Looking clear? Yeah, it's going here. Well, now it's better. Basically, this bracket will be mounted next to the cover of the fan, and we can use the same thread holes for this BLtouch. Also, there are two threaded holes for the BLtouch mounting. Let me grab some. Okay, I have M3 6 and M3 8. They're not some one choice decision. Just use them for like whatever you like. One more time. Good. So how do you guys feel about BLtouch? Do you like to use it? Or do you have any troubles using it? Or do you prefer the manual leveling? Easy. Okay, before I put it on the bracket, I just connect the wire. Otherwise, it will be hard. Basically, I'll just tighten it up later, or I won't. But it's your choice. I mean, we provide the zip tie, so at this point I don't have to. Now I'm gonna unlock these two M3 screws in front of me. They are M3 by 4, so it will be short after we end up a new bracket. So we're gonna use longer screws provided in the bag. Now the cover is coming out. We don't have to remove it. We just need some space for the bracket goes in, like this. And then put it back. I should get my screw ready in the first place. Okay, 1. Slowly match the holes. We are not going to tighten it at this moment, just a little bit tension, tightening on it, because we're gonna just the bracket, make sure it's horizontal or parallel with the back plate. So to ensure the BLtouch is perpendicular to your hotbed. Oh, okay. It's a little bit tricky angle. Perfect. Now the BLtouch is physically on it. Just carefully watch out my cable. I think they are safe. And take out these two screws. Let's turn on the machine. That's it. So after you upload the new firmware, the screen information will be a little bit different. Okay. If I move the machine a bit here, and I hope you can see the screen information. Maybe not that clear, but I can speak about it. Okay, so okay, yeah, that's fine. For the on the main difference will be the auto leveling, because after we upload the new firmware, we won't have the kind of Z compensation at all. Instead, we have like bad leveling in the prepare section, and in the control we have something called Z offset in the motion. We will need it to do a compensation about the BLtouch. Maybe my word is not clear, but on the guidebook, it clearly shows us how this works and how you should set up the new firmware. Okay, at this moment, I'll just simply do a auto home. When it's indicating or censoring, the LED light is blue. One time, and second time the BLtouch will be move slower to get accurate distance. Now that's it. Basically, that's the whole process how we install a BLtouch on the Ender 5. On other different printers, the steps will be similar, or even some of them are same. So I don't. Let's say if we have any more questions. At this moment, we don't have more information to show you. Only here we have a bad leveling. It will simply detect 9 points of the hotbed and give us like accurate information about your flatness of your surface. The BLtouch is really convenient way to measuring to do the auto leveling instead of using your own hand to rotate the nuts, and sometimes you won't get a good result. But the BLtouch really give us opportunity to free our hand. Okay, so question and answering time. Henry, thanks so many people here. Well, thank you. I really want to say like thank you everyone for supporting us and give us opinions and suggestions. I really hope you enjoy the printers and make a good printing process and print something you love. Okay, last time. Let's say questions one more time. Okay, Timber asks, do you have extension wires for Ender 5 Pro? If you are referring, if you are saying the extensions for the BLtouch, I believe the BLtouch is long enough. It is long enough for Ender 5 because Ender 5 and Ender 5 Pro are same size, so this extension is about, I believe it's more than 1 meter, and it has some extra length for most printers. Okay, so is there any questions referring to the BLtouch or any 3D printers or Ender 5 or any other? If not, okay. How much compensations can the BLtouch do on the unleveled bed? Okay, so I must say the BLtouch is one of the most accurate sensor among all the other sensors. For example, on my right hand, I have it's a proximity, which is also used for 3D printings. But sometimes it gives us unreliable distance. But the BLtouch, because it detects the physical surface, so it can detect all kind of materials, and the sensor itself can give us about 0.005 millimeters accuracy. Okay, so you were using it. I really like to hear your feedback about other sensors, because I never used it before. I mean, for the proximity, there are a lot of factors or conditions applying, because sometimes the temperatures or the type of surface can impact the accuracy. Some of these sensors can only sense the metal, or some of them only can sense the glass. Yeah, well, I believe there is a very good video on YouTube. The person tells us the difference between all different sensors, and if you are into it, it's a really good chance to dig into the sensor itself. But at this moment, I believe the BLtouch is one reliable and really let us do a good job on the 3D printing. Okay, so I believe that's our today's live show today. Is it worth installing BLtouch on CR10 V2? Well, it depends on your personal needs. The most advantage about the BLtouch is firstly hand-free. You don't have to rotate the nuts again. And secondly, the accuracy or the precision the BLtouch can level. What can I say? I like them both. Just it might be a good chance to try something differently. Okay, I would say I think that's the end of our live show today. I hope everyone is enjoying your life. And okay, some people are asking the price. How much is it for the Ender 3 Pro? Do we have a link for the BLtouch yet? 有链接吗？ Okay. If there is no more question, I believe this is the end of our live show today. And everyone, just enjoy the day and enjoy the 3D printing. I'll see you next week and have fun. 挂了吧，拜拜。